It is Sahaja. Sahaja means spontaneous. It is within you. You are not this body, this mind, these emotions, these feelings, these thoughts, but you are the pure spirit, the master.
Hello, my name is Clelia Cavallaro McKeon, and I'm here tonight as a representative of Sahaja Yoga. This is the first of a two-part series of the role of the mother in the family and in society. Tonight we have with us two guests. Our first guest is Urvashi Jibo. She's a mother of two. She's born in Delhi, India. And how long have you been in the States, Urvashi?
10 years, almost
10 years. And our second guest is Ronnie Eldridge. She's an infant developmental specialist, and she's a certified infant massage instructor. She's from this area, from the New York area. And all three of us have been doing Sahaja Yoga for a while. Probably many of you are familiar with Sahaja Yoga meditation because you have been watching these programs. And we want to really talk about the role of the mother. We feel that it's very important in this society that we develop a good sense of respect for the mother. Now, Urvashi, tell us a little bit how it was when you were growing up in India, your relationship with your mother, and also how was in general the role of women in the house in India.
In India, you know, when I was growing up, it was, I was born like in 1971. So from that time, the ladies of the house were respected very much in the society. They were respected like a goddess, you know. So it was a very comforting feeling for me being with my mother.
Absolutely.
Yes, and it was an amazing feeling, and she made me very strong, and you know, made me very strong to stand up for myself.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So basically, in the Indian family, in Indian culture, there is really a very deep respect for mothers.
For mother, yes.
And everybody understands how important it is,
Yes.
what the mother does within the family and how she handles the children.
Children, yes, it is very important, yes, to handle
Before
the children.
we started, you were saying something about how the mother is able to mold almost the way the children are.
Yes,
Yes,
especially for the emotional side.
yes.
You know, she is there for you all the time and helping you, and when the mother is home, the child feels comforted.
Yes.
I think that's what I can say.
Yes, yes, yes. Ronnie, do you feel that it was somewhat of a similar experience? You're growing up with an American mom. What do you think in those days when you were a child? What was it like? What was the role of the mother, the role of the woman in the family?
Right. In my family, we had a very large family. I was in a family of 13 children, and we traveled a lot. So there were a lot of different things kind of impacting on my family besides the culture. But I felt at that time, mothers had a little bit of a contradictory role. They were more mothers at home at that time. It was more traditional for mothers to be at home. But there wasn't, I feel, like a true sense that mothering was to be truly respected, and this was very, very important. I spent much time with my mother because I was one of the oldest. Yes. So I actually took upon myself many of the mothering, caretaking roles along with my mother. So for me, that was my way to be close to her because she was very, very busy cleaning
with
and
so many children.
bearing children and caring for them.
Right.
So it was a transitional time, actually, I feel, in our culture in the 50s and 60s where mothers were still at home, but things were changing. technology was making it easier for mothers to have more time and not have to spend as much time cleaning. There was more frozen foods, things like that, so that mothers were beginning to have more time, but I'm not sure that that more time was then invested in the children and the family, because the pull was beginning to happen that maybe something outside of the home was more important. That was kind of the period that I grew up in.
That was just about before the women's movement, women liberation movement. And then, do you feel that with the women's liberation movement, was there a great advantage in, do you think that movement gave more importance to the role of the mother?
I don't feel so. I feel that the movement, because then the struggle began, whether you should be at home, an at-home mom, or whether you should be working. And a lot of mothers really felt like it was negative. If they stayed home, they were looked down upon, that staying at home and taking care of their children wasn't as important as having a job and being out in the working world. And there was a lot of competition between women and men at that time. The relationship between men and women was more competitive, I feel, rather than being more complementary.
Right.
So I'm not sure that it really helped mothers, even though women in some sense may have been liberated from some domination by men. I'm not sure that it played itself out so that mothers became more respected from any of those freedoms that they were given.
Right. Now, I grew up in Italy, and I personally was quite fortunate to have a mom that worked at home. And so even though she was expressing her own talent, she still was there home with us. But I would say that in general in the Italian culture, it's almost like an in-between what happens in India and what happens in the United States. There is somewhat of a sense of respect for mothers, but I don't think it's quite developed as it should be. And I feel that now in modern days, very much this sense of competition with the husband and almost the need of having to be outside the house. But I feel, and the statistics show this, that lately there seemed to be really a return of mothers into an interest of being more at home, being more with their children. Of course, in our life, the moment we began meditating, the moment we started our path evolution in Sahaja Yoga, many of our aspects changed. Many of the way we see ourselves, the way we see ourselves in our family and in society changed. How did you see that change in your life, even though you already had somewhat of a deep sense of respect of the mother? Did you feel that there was a difference when you started meditating in Sahaja Yoga?
Yes, I did feel a difference when I started meditating, because then I could respect my mother more.
Yes.
Because the power of Kundalini, which gives us self-realization, is the mother, is the primordial mother. So that gave me a more respect to the mother aspect.
Yes. Yes. Actually, while we're talking about this, many of the people in our audience know quite a bit about the subtle system and the fact that Sahaja Yoga is a form of meditation based on the experience, and there is an actual awakening in us of this energy. And we can briefly say that we have these energy centers.
Yes.
In which of the aspects of our subtle system you would say the qualities of the mother are more expressed?
Yes, it is the heart center. It is the fourth center on the left side.
Which would be this number 4 center right there?
Yes, on the left side.
On the left.
And actually when we get our self-realization, for the first time, we get connected to our spirit.
Yes.
And spirit is in the heart. And there, the manifestation of the love and compassion is there. So that is the
yes.
Yes.
These words, love and compassion, are words that are really so important when we talk about mothers.
Yes.
These are the qualities that, of course, all the mothers naturally have, but that also after meditation become even more enlightened. How was your experience after? What changed in your experience after Sahaja Yoga?
I feel like I really began to connect to the mother within me, that it brought out more of the mothering qualities, because for me it was a real opening of my heart chakra. This was one of the chakras that I felt I needed to focus on, and that I felt really opened up, and I felt I was able to connect to the mother in me, and therefore began to really care for myself in a way that a mother would. Care for myself in a different way than I had done before. And this was really important. This was really important to me for my growth and for my way to be with other people and to communicate.
Yes. Ronnie, tell us a little bit more about your job. You're an infant developmental specialist. What is that?
I work with small babies, anywhere from birth till about maybe 12 months, but usually younger, who have come to the hospital, normally from the neonatal unit of another larger hospital. The hospital I'm at is a rehabilitation hospital, so the goal is really for parents and babies to be able to begin to heal from the trauma of the different kind of a birth that the baby's gone through. And they have very special needs, and this is the first time that parents are able to actually pay attention to their babies in a way that they would hope to, that would be normal for them to do. And my role is to really help the baby in their normal development and to help to connect the baby and the mom together, so together they
These
can
are
begin
babies
to heal.
that have a premature birth.
Majority of the babies are premature babies, and many need extra equipment to help them, maybe oxygen, maybe a ventilator.
Right. So basically, these babies are in the hands of many professionals during the days.
Right, and that's a major problem for the parents, because normally you connect with your baby and bond with your baby and experience that love through taking care of your baby and your baby responding to you.
Right.
And the experts are taking care of these children because they're connected to so much equipment and they need so much medical help. And so the mothering role is right away taken away from the mother. And they aren't able to even participate
because
in simple
usually what
things.
happens is the baby, when it's normal birth, goes back home with the parents, and the mother is able to spend time with the baby.
Right.
In this case, these babies need the professional help, so they stay in the hospital, and probably a lot of these professionals, for them, is their daily routine of working with so many children. How many babies does a doctor in such a hospital takes care of?
Well, there are 30 babies on the unit with the smallest of the babies.
Wow.
So there's
So
then there's another unit with the same number of children but a little bit older.
right. And you work with all these babies. Now, of course, you have been meditating a lot, and when you were saying you felt that your heart opened, I know in Sahaja Yoga it's really like a physical experience sometimes. It's not only your emotional self, but it's your spiritual self, it's your physical self that you become more aware of. So you felt this heart opening. Now, I'm sure these babies are very lucky to have you and to be able to have you amongst the professionals. Now, of course, it would be great if all the other doctors and all the other people that have to touch these babies on a daily basis so many times could feel the same open heart and could always touch these children with such love. Now, getting back at this idea of love and compassion, in these days in our society, there is a lot of talk about discipline and how children are not well disciplined. Lots of children seem to have problems of hyperactivity, attention deficit, and it's really quite a concern, because often these children are told, the families are told that they need prescription drugs to help these problems. And I am a teacher, I'm a music teacher, and I've been in contact with many such situations where it was very difficult to deal with a child because of so much hyperactivity. But I also felt that often we lacked the creating a calm environment for the children and a loving and compassionate environment. And when we talk about the role of the mother, we're not just talking about our physical mothers and the mothers that are at home taking care of us, or us as mother taking care of our own children. We're also talking of this role, this motherly role. There, it's so needed in society, in so many places, because children might have a need when they're babies to have attention by professionals, and these professionals need to be able to develop this motherly side, like Ronnie was saying, and also in the school system. All the teachers and the establishment in the school system, it would be great if it had this kind of open heart, this kind of love and compassion. Because one of the things that seems to come up a lot in discipline is just that there is a great need of discipline. But on the other hand, the latest studies keep pointing out to the fact that in order to have discipline, you need to have enough authority, and that you can only have authority if you have enough love and compassion. It's very hard to say to a student, no, you can't do that, if you're saying it in a way that is harsh, in a way that it's not quite loving.
Mm-hmm.
And children feel that. Now, of course, the role of the mother, and everybody who can find themselves in such a role, is so important, because children are the future of our society. And we really should try and take care of them the best way we possibly can. Ronnie, do you tell us a little bit about the massage? You're also a certified infant massage instructor.
Right. I teach massage to both parents who are at the hospital and also to parents of well babies who may not be at the hospital. And massage, Sri Mataji talks a lot about massage and the importance of massage in helping the babies to stay healthy. There's lots of benefits that we could talk about for massage. One of the benefits is that it can help the baby relax and sleep more deeply.
Yes.
And I know Shimadaji mentioned sometimes when babies wake up in the middle of the night, try to give them a little massage. And actually, if you massage them right before they go to bed, usually they'll sleep through the night.
So basically now you're bringing together your professional knowledge with your knowledge within Sahaja Yoga. And you're mentioning a lot Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, which we have here in these pictures. And she's the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And she talks a lot about the importance of mothers and the importance of raising children the right way.
Right.
So you really are symbolizing the
Right.
union of professionalism and Sahaja Yoga in this aspect of massage.
Right. His mother also says actually when you're massaging the babies, you can actually work on the babies. You can actually work on their subtle system as you massage them. And actually one of the strokes for the stomach to release gas and tone the stomach is the same path that the Swadhisthana takes.
Yes, that's right.
It's the very same path, the same way. So you're really helping your baby in so many ways. It's a way to really stay in touch with your baby and stay in touch with your baby's health and help your baby to stay healthy. I mean, research has shown that it improves all of the physiological systems that sustain us, the digestive system, the respiratory system, the endocrine system, the eliminative system.
Wow.
And there's one that I'm not mentioning. But it really does help to tone and improve all of those systems. So in that way, you're helping your baby to stay healthy and you're helping the baby system to work more properly. It's a way to be close to your baby, to be physically close, and to have an emotional and communicative contact with that baby, because the baby's looking at you, the baby's in front of you, you may be talking, you may be singing to the baby, and they're feeling this wonderful stroking on their body. It's the skin stimulation that's so, so valuable that's been shown in the research. So it's a very, very special way to help your baby stay healthy, and for you to be in touch with your baby and to give love. It's really from your heart to your hands to your baby. You're really giving your baby lots of love and security and comfort and warmth when you massage them.
And we can think of the life of many mothers that are busy, that are coming back from work, and how soothing it could be for both the mother and the child to have this time together, relaxing time before the child goes to sleep with this massage. Now, do you do that with your children?
Yes, I did. Now my children are older, but I did massage them.
Because it's mostly advised when they're younger.
Younger, up to
Yeah.
the age of 6, and after also we can massage, but that really works for
So
them.
it's a must until the age of 6.
6, yes.
And then after 6 you can do it, but it's more something
Yeah.
that you do at your own
Oh, yeah.
pleasure. Okay, okay, I see. Of course, you know, people in our audience could learn all about this by calling our 212 number, which is the number for Sahaja Yoga, and get all the information they want on Sahaja Yoga. There is on the screen our website, but I also want to give you the phone number, which is 212-269-YOGA, YOGA. If you call that number, you can find a meeting, and all these meetings are always free and allow you to learn a lot about what Sahaja Yoga is and help you develop all these nice techniques on how to massage your children. Now, is there anything else that you find very useful in Sahaja Yoga? Anything that Sri Mataji has taught that has really been helpful in your life with your children?
For children, yes, giving them this energy,
Yes.
working on them.
Yes.
That
Now,
is
when you say working on them,
Yes.
basically you're working with their subtle system.
with their subtle system. Yes, we are
Yes.
working on their centers,
Yes.
these energy centers, and then like if there is a blockage, we can work on it. Like if there
something
is
is not
attention
working.
deficit, so
Right.
we can work on the right swadhisthana, that is
Oh.
the center,
Yes.
second center
Oh,
for that.
so
yeah.
we can look at the center, the number
Yes.
2 center, yes, the
Yeah.
Swadhisthana.
Yeah.
So by working on that, you
Yeah.
can actually improve their attention.
Yes, and also the hyperactivity.
Very, very nice.
Yes.
That's something very useful.
Mhm.
And Ronnie, is there anything that you have learned through Sri Mataji in Sahaja Yoga that is particularly has been particularly useful and has given you a real change in the way you work with the babies?
I think that when mother says, you talked about discipline before, that's not an issue obviously with the babies, but I sometimes also work with older children, and she says that the most important thing is to teach your children dignity, to give them dignity. I found that such an outstanding statement. I've really been thinking about that a lot, you know, to teach you, because you don't think of children as being
You know,
dignified.
I really think that that's such a wonderful thing, to think of our children and how we should develop dignity in them. In fact, you know, soon we'll be wrapping up this first part of this series, but in the next series we should really talk more in length about the dignity in children, because that's also something very important that brings us back to the idea of respect of the mother. Because a mother that gets a lot of respect is a mother that has dignity, and a mother that has dignity is a mother that can give dignity. Now, of course, we're trying to express the best way we possibly can the wish and desire of Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. She's our teacher, and she has taught us a lot about how to be mothers. And really, a lot of her teaching is in that. She basically says that, you know, in society where mothers are not respected, the society is going to fail, and that only where the mothers are respected, society can flourish. And that's quite a statement that, you know, mothers are so important in society. Now, we encourage our audience to join us as soon as possible, have a desire to join Sahaja Yoga, and call The number that I'm going to give you once again, the Manhattan number is 212-269-YOGA, or on the screen you see the website, and you can go on the website and find out all about Sahaja Yoga and the teachings of Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. And once again, it's been a very nice a privilege to have Urvashi
Thank you
Jibo
very much.
and
Thank you,
Ronnie
Clelia.
Eldridge. We are wrapping up this, which is only the first series, but we are going to have a second series on this same subject of the mother. We'll go more extensively on this idea of respect and dignity. Now, the once again is Clelia Cavallaro McKeon, and I represent Sahaja Yoga. Until next time, we'll the one last thing that we can say about Sahaja Yoga in our life as mothers, what could that be? Just, how much has Sahaja Yoga opened our heart? Would that be
Yes.
the most important thing?
Yes, it is the most important thing, and it brings balance to us and peacefulness,
Peaceful.
And a sense of security.
security.
Because the heart chakra is our chakra of our security.
Yes.
Very good. Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi herself is a mother,
Yes.
and she has 2 daughters. And all right, it's time to wrap up. We hope you join us in the second series of this Sahaja Yoga program on the role of the mothers in family and in society. Thank you once again from Clelia Cavallaro McKeon and our 2 guests.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.